Bully rappers and bosses have been a part of hip-hop almost from the beginning, but more so after gangster rap took off in the late 80s to the 90s. Bully rappers, even shooters, could be classified as those who are more closer to the lyrics they convey than the average rapper. But there's one particular rapper who is a chameleon of his own, one who hit songs and albums were far, far away from violent or even street in its essence. Although the lyrics were more harmless than most, this rapper was someone not to be played with. And when it came down to it, he had to show a few. His name, MC Hammer.
Don't forget we had beef with Hammer.
Hammer, you know, I get it popping for real. I was like, yo, Hammer, why you telling me? He said, nah, because I do the dance and all that. They don't think that.
You say there was an incident that happened with MC Hammer and Michael Concepcion. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Perpetrating a career filled with dancing, positivity, and at times Christianity, Hammer was one who represented a light in a time where gangster music ran rampant, in an era where he was labeled a sellout.
Why do so many people get on Hammer? I mean, the man sold 10 million records.
I'm not getting on Hammer, and I'm not gonna say he did sell 10 million records, but crack fiends bought 10 million rocks. That don't mean crack is good. I'm down with him because he's a brother and he's making his mail. But, however, he's diluting rap. You know?
Though musically, Hammer took the high road. Off wax, it was everything but.
LL Cool J dissed MC Hammer on a song Till the Break of Dawn. And when Cool J came to do a show in Oakland, Hammer's people decided to pay him a visit. They pulled up backstage and an argument broke out shortly after. LL Cool J was reportedly punched in the face and had to run out the door. And MC Hammer's people weren't even done yet. The next day, they followed LL all the way to the airport and they basically ran him out of the city.
In fact, some rappers almost lost their life learning this lesson.
Hammer was raw dog. He did his thing. I actually used to like him. Saying real tough. He be talking, talking shit about him, but run up on him.
Hammer beat your ass.
He'll beat your mama.
Run up on him.
After making an example out of more than a couple rappers, he became labeled one of hip-hop's first unexpected boogeymen. MC Hammer, born Stanley Kirk Burrell, rose to fame in the late 1980s and early 90s with his innovative blend of hip-hop, pop, and dance. His breakthrough came with the release album Please Hammer, Don't Hurt 'Em in 1990, which featured the iconic hit You Can't Touch This.
The rest can go and play. Can't touch this.
This song's catchy hook derived from Rick James' Super Freak. Hammer's flashy dance moves made him an American phenomenon.
Stop. Hammer time.
Tour, just watching how, no matter how many dancers MC Hammer had on the stage, you still like concentrated on him.
Right.
He demanded the attention.
That's true.
He could outdance all of those dancers, remember?
Yes.
Still sing and still rap.
Hey.
Known for extravagant choreography and prestigious hammer pants, Stanley Burrell became a cash cow to corporations looking to move away from the police attitude that gained momentum due to the likes of groups such as Public Enemy and NWA. Hammer became the corporate option. The results? One of the most rapid rises in hip-hop history. A rap game that was still young at the time did not know what to do with MC Hammer. He was the first ever pop star of hip-hop, getting deals and making industry moves unseen before.
MC Hammer, rap star and Pepsi drinker. Well, today, we secretly replaced his Pepsi with Coke. Let's see what happens.
But it was one thing then, as it is now. Everyone was taking shots at the king, but for those who crossed the line, got taught a lesson. But do me a quick favor, before we get too far in this video, apply pressure to that subscribe button.
That MC Hammer, very serious about beef. Y'all laugh and y'all joke about Hammer. No. Listen to my first album. When I did the skit, and I was like, you know what? That goddamn MC Hammer, him, Hammer and the whole nine. That came up to me on MTV Cribs on the last episode they had where everybody out on, not MTV Cribs, sorry about that, I'm zoned. On the last Dr. Dre and Ed Lover.
This kid's the dangerous one. Method Man, Redman, Special Ed, Extra P. Let's get it on, baby.
Here it goes, y'all. Word it up, word it up. Hey, yo, everybody in this mother will get touched. F such and such, I roll tight like handcuffs. Rock that ass to sleep with this beat techniques. I beat that freak of the week like I made knee deep. Hold up.
The last episode they shot when they had everybody rapping on it, MC Hammer was there. That nigga approached me. He was like, Red, I'm gonna tell you something, you young, but I don't allow nobody talking about my mama. You understand me? I said, yes, sir.
What do you think about rap and the direction that it's going? It's been changing a lot.
Many rappers went on wax or even talk shows to express their disapproval.
The true form of hip-hop will always stay street. And, you know, I guess record companies know that, you know, parents and the law and the government don't want to hear people cursing and going through shooting, but you see it in the news every day. But I'm strictly hip-hop.
You don't want to do the bar.
Yeah. Don't want to do the bar.
I got the key. And I got the book. Call him up, man. It's on. Brandy Plums. Give me the girls with the pumps and a pump.
Y'all hard on Hammer, man. I ain't say nothing about that kid. Okay. About us being sour grapes and just beefing because they asked us what we think about MC Hammer. And we said, you know, he can't rap.
I get a lot of flack from the other rap artists because I refuse to rap in a particular style or pretend like life is always so bad. Everything is hardcore when I think as a person, there's many characteristics, you know, to an individual's personality.
Hammer was the first rapper labeled with the now popular title, Set.
And I didn't think I'd live this long to see dance for a piece of chicken. I turned on my TV set and saw Hammer dancing for some goddamn popcorn chicken. That's a goddamn shame. Some pop. What is it gonna be next week? Watermelon chicken?
He's making something. He's playing that Sambo role, and the reason everybody's buying his record is because he's no threat, and everybody want to see Sambo dance.
These would turn out to be bad moves speaking against an artist, equipped with a foundation of family members headed by his brother, Louis Burrell, and gang members, quick to jump at any opportunity to defend a known pillar of their community.
Hammer and his brother, I've never seen guys go so hard to support everybody in their community. I mean, they took gangbangers, drug dealers, people who did time in prison, people who was trying to figure it out. He went back and got everybody jobs. He had everybody on the road.
Maybe the most well-known story of Hammer's wrath was third base group member MC Serch, who had a $50,000 hit placed on him over a bar about MC Hammer's mother. This line was actually said by his colleague, Pete Nice, but somehow the hit was placed on MC Serch.
Okay. Now the line was a creative line because his album was called Turn His Mother Out, and our album was called The Cactus. Right. So we were saying our album was doper, but we were saying it New York slick shit, like we had some slick talk coming out our mouth. Right. Hammer thought we were talking about us, his mom. Oh.
Eric B calls Russell and goes, yeah, it's true. There's a hit. There's a hit. Rolling 60 Crips, 30,000 members, $50,000, dead.
This hit even made it to the airwaves when Louis Burrell called in and let the radio station and the world know MC Serch wasn't safe in LA and his life was required for compensation for the bar.
And the boy says, good, they're dead. This is Louis Burrell. And hangs up. Wow.
After MC Serch replied back that no one was scared,
So I say, you know what? I said, man, if you feel like we dissed your matriarchal, that's okay, but you know what you did. You know what's going on in these streets. Why don't you man up and see me face to face so we can figure this out? Stop being a...
The rapper took to the Beverly Center with his own security, where he stopped to sign autographs. It was at this moment that he learned whatever help he had wasn't enough.
And I'm signing autographs, and I look up, and I'm signing autographs, and as they get closer, the dude over here, he pulls the rag up. Dude over here, he pulls the rag up. They start to spread the girls, and as they come up to me, Pookie whistles, Everything stops. He throws up some signs, whatever signs he throws up. And it's one dude right in front of me who's got his hand on his ratchet, pulls down his mask, and he goes, yo, man, I love that record, but I was finna smoke you right now, homie.
This encounter with Hammer haunts Serch till this day.
I've gone through 25 years of therapy 3 days a week. I am not good. I wish I could be good.
Meanwhile, today, Hammer addresses it as just a minuscule interaction.
It's just ironic. I know where you was going. It's ironic that even today, 20-something years later, the Serch cat, he want his claim to fame to be, I'm telling you, Hammer was going to have me, put in the dirt somewhere. That's ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous that you want that to be your claim to fame. But when you only sold about 300,000 records, you got to grab something. You know what I'm saying? So the only conversation that man could ever have with me is to say, man, you was going to do something to me one time. But other than that, you can't even speak to me because 300,000 records, even now, you still ain't with Wood today. You relatively speaking, man, my groups that I created sold more records than him. All of them, 357, my group sold more records. Angie B sold more records than that cat. Man, he's not relevant in a conversation with me. And it's the only time that I addressed it, and really the only time I'm going to address it. It was ridiculous. I didn't know who that dude was. You put your foot in your mouth, said a couple things. You let smooth taste fool you. You thought the Running Man was more than a dance, whatever it was, and I addressed it.
One of his most infamous encounters was with one of the biggest Crips ever known to man, Michael Concepcion.
You say there was an incident that happened with MC Hammer and Michael Concepcion. Let's talk about that for a minute.
A popular form of extortion in LA, older than rap itself, is the art of checking in, where an out-of-town artist must pay a particular gang set in the LA area money for protection. If the out-of-towner refuses, the results can be deadly.
It's been rumors that LA is probably one of the most dangerous places for rappers. Do you believe that's true?
Yeah, because, everybody be checking in.
If you come to LA, you need to get at a couple of people. I'm one of them. If you don't get at me, you're in trouble.
Artists such as P&B Rock, Pop Smoke, and many others have become victims for refusing to check in. The problems on this occasion is Michael Concepcion really wasn't familiar with the person he was confronting and how far his ties went.
We had a function to do somewhere up in Hollywood. I forget exactly where it was. We come out the back to get in the vans and cars and stuff to go back to the hotel because we was down doing our Too Legit to Quit stuff, right? And we get out there, it's this dude in his wheelchair and about 4 or 5 dudes with him, hanging out. I know they Crips because my cousins are all Crips in LA. Mike already knew who Hammer was because they did the video. We were on the same gang before. So I'm like, what? How am I? So basically he came with Hammer like, hey man, it's LA and everything, man, and things can happen, you know what I'm saying? You need to holler at me, man, you know what I'm saying? Holler at me for protection. Hammer said, protection for what? He said, man, I ain't studying. They said, no, for real though, man, you need to holler at me, man. If you don't, something could happen to you, whatever. He said, what you trying to say? He said, you need to go ahead and, take care of that and everything will be cool. He said, nigga, you trying to start strangling on me, nigga? He said, man, you got me. I'm the town. I'm from the Bay, baby. And they looking like they ready to get down. And Hammer and our people looking like, yeah, I'm waiting for you to move. Hammer like, hey, what's up? He said, hey, man, it's like this. I'll make one phone call and all this will go away. Next morning, my Concepcion in the hotel, in the lobby. Hammer wasn't studying him. You know what I'm saying? But when Hammer did come down, he was like, hey, Hammer, let me holler at you for a minute, whatever. Lewis walked past him.
This is Michael Concepcion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me holler at you for a minute, man. Oh, man, hey, bro, I apologize, man. Hey, man, let me talk to you for a minute. And Hammer said, what's up, man? He said, man, I apologize for the thing. I didn't know, the people you knew or whatever, this, that, and I apologize for what I did, brother. It's all good. We cool. We good. And Hammer's like, yeah, it's all right.
Hammer's connections were far and wide, but mostly Bay Area based, due to him being a pillar of his community.
I know who Hammer was affiliated with, and he wouldn't have to pay to tell somebody to somebody else. Because people would just do it. We from Oakland. He wouldn't even have to say it. If somebody was making Hammer uncomfortable, without him saying I'm uncomfortable, somebody around him would have came to you and said, quit making Hammer uncomfortable.
Maybe the constant bashing from other rappers got to Hammer, or maybe he felt it was time for a change. But Stanley Burrell began to shift to a more gangster look that clashed with his prior clean image. As Hammer began to shift, the rap culture began a shift of its own, moving toward the Keep It Real era. record sales begin to plummet as the sellout label began to stick to Hammer. And on top of that, helping out the unfortunate and taking care of his community took a toll on MC Hammer, who was spending like money was falling from the sky, because at the time, it was. But then, a storm came.
I came back, I heard that Capital left him alone. Then he had went through the whole thing with the bankruptcy.
This storm caused Hammer to file bankruptcy on April 1st, 1996, when he officially hit rock bottom.
Me and Suge was in his office. He was watching BET, told y'all that. He looked at it, asked me, Reg, what you see strange about that picture? I don't know, shit. He said, look at Hammer. Hammer don't have no jewelry on. Hammer doing bad, Reg.
After losing millions of dollars, Hammer's name became attached to financial illiteracy. To salvage his career, Hammer would join one of the most violent rap labels in the history of hip-hop, Death Row Records. On the surface, to the general population, it would seem that Hammer wouldn't fit with a group such as Death Row. But man, were people wrong. This is actually one of my favorite clips from Hammer. As you can see here, the interviewer was not really familiar with Hammer's background and was insinuating that he wasn't cut from the same cloth.
Hammer, you feel at home?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, me and she'll go back 10 years, so it's another day.
It was Suge Knight himself who quickly addressed Hammer, almost apologizing for the interviewer.
So Hammer, you know everybody talking bullshit, but you fit Death Row, because you wear the right jewelry, you love cars like us.
That's right.
You like to work hard.
That's right.
And if you see you riding with Oakland, you going to Oakland.
Hard Oak Town.
And you know we got over here, we got Compton, Long Beach, good old Watts, and South Central.
Hooked up with 619 Dago.
Oh, that's right.
415 510. It's all hooked up.
Penitentiary hookup, huh?
Penitentiary hookup.
All right, cool, man.
Hammer will be the perfect fit for Death Row outside of the studio, where he would accompany Suge and even another rapper who once threw Hammer under the bus.
He's making something, he's playing that Sambo role, and the reason everybody's buying his record is because he's no threat, and everybody want to see Sambo dance.
Both Bay Area staples, Hammer and Tupac, would mend a friendship that lasted beyond the grave.
The Pac that I know, Spice One had a video, and Pac got there early. Then I got there, and that's a miracle that I was there early. But some cats came, and Pac had came by itself. And I saw that they, body language, y'all know what it is. They was kind of starting to feel themselves the way they was addressing Pac. So I told Pac, hey Pac, come here for a minute, man. Stand right here, right next to me. Then I said, them cats, hey man, what is this a problem with Pac? And no, Hammer, we was just telling him how much we love his music.
What Hammer lacked musically with Death Row, Pac would aid writing 2 reference tracks for him.
The Pac I was with was his last 8 months at Death Row. I was with him every day.
And as everything with Death Row began to crumble, Stanley Burrell would get back most of the work that he put in with Death Row, as Suge would stand down, something that he wasn't regularly known to do.
Hammer, it ain't like he came, well he did, he stole. He stole the reels because he was assigned over at Track Studio, and he was just over there working on his album. Hammer got his music and was trying to put the album out, or was talking about putting the album out while Suge was in prison, as he stated. I found out about it. Hammer was in a bankruptcy. You know me, I was running the company, dealing with everything. We went through it, but they needed Suge to come at the hearing, and
Suge went up to Frisco because that was his only way to get permission to go up there because he was on parole. But he didn't even show up to the hearing. And he was like, man, I ain't suing Hammer. You know, I don't do that. I don't get down like that.
All in all, history will remember Hammer as the first pop rap artist who shattered the charts with a drastically different approach to hip hop that hasn't been replicated since. An artist who might have been too ahead of his time as far as hip hop, who was too young to accept his particular style. And though his pitfalls will be noted, the ones who were relevant at the time will have their stories on how the Running Man wasn't just a dance, a story some will never forget. Thank you for watching this documentary, and if you liked it, I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy some of my short and long form documentaries you can find here. Well, anyways, you know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxy Approved, right? With that water. I see you here next time on Moxy Approved.
Please join my Discord, link in the description.